wings so they can keep that first key. And here we go. They're going to get these last little bits of information from the king, pick up our chests, and we'll be on our way to making it to the Dragon Lord and finishing this hopefully pretty quickly.
All right, so it looks like our throne room treasures are, well, cursed belt, looks like a key and a second key, so we might have a little bit of armory diving to begin with, or perhaps saving that key for other purposes, but we'll see.
I do see at least one of the two of them checking the armory and doing a reset, because there goes Highspirits and arnpoly both hitting the save. So we're going to see an armory dive first, and then we're going to see a shot from there to see how it plays. Alright, so the armory is going to hold a fairy water. That'll be nice for something early. A set of wings. Looking at another set. Well, the Erdrick's token, because we do have a grind possible, and the gold grind is there. Alright, so that's not a terrible start for it being able to have a gold grind this early. We can go back there and get keys if we wanted to, but Highspirits choosing not to do so.
Yeah, I think arnpoly reset because he noticed that he had found the gold first in the bottom right chest, but because he had opened it as early as he had, then he reset out of it and started exploring, and, well, we don't have to look for Charlotte.
Yeah, not terrible. Big C right down south. That's a pretty nice little start. And arnpoly just going to keep the key. He's going to get up some money together so he can get some more keys later on. Meanwhile, we do have Highspirits using that magic to his advantage with the one heal more he had in the tank.
Yeah, it's definitely understandable. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not seeing in at least a very close town anyway. But we are seeing some levels on Highspirits' side. We got 3, 4, 4, 0, and Stop Spell.
Stop Spell not terrible early, especially if you find some of these kind of nastier enemies, or these lower enemies with some nasty spells early. You can kind of hit them with that Stop Spell and just kind of hope that, hey, they'll keep throwing it out there and get you some decent leveling going on. Arnpoly hitting level 2 as well, so he's got a pretty good start here. Highspirits going to go up to the north a little bit and gives us a preview of what's up there.
Oh, looks like both of our runners are finding a lot of poltergeists and nothing else.
Yeah, so a lot of swamp. Looks like a dead-end swamp, so it looks like that one direction is the only way to go for the time being.
So does that mean we're going to have the band playing throughout this stream if One Direction is the way to go?
Ouch. So arnpoly does see the first blue dragon of the night, and it does send him home with a quick shot. So Highspirit Sprite is actually the ghost from Dragon Warrior 3.
So does that mean my bad pun summoned the blue dragon and murdered arnpoly? If that's the case, I'm sorry, arnpoly. I really didn't mean it.
I mean, commentators curse and all. Whoa, the red slime with the DL2, not nice.
I mean, nice number, but yeah, not nice result.
So unfortunately, arnpoly finds not one but two enemies back to back that decide to send him home that quickly. That's rough to see. You've got now red slimes that are typically one shot right this early with 11 attack power. He was unable to do so, and it just caught I think it just caught him by surprise, and he said, "No, sir."
Speaking of no, sir, it looks like we're bordered on both sides by a lovely, lovely, dark, dank swamp.
Yikes, this early. At least they've got the heal more. Highspirits did hit level 3, got a little more HP out of it. Almost has enough for another cast of heal more, so not looking terrible on his side either.
Yeah, it does unfortunately mean, though, it looks like we're focusing, of course, to see both runners doing a little bit of a back and forth here in the desert to try to get some levels up, because they're going to need some HP to be able to cross the Great Divide here and be able to see the rest of the world at large.
Yeah, or at least at minimum, this next level having at least 2 magic points so you can get that second cast to heal more, and at least try to get past this swamp a little more. The Poltergeist still kind of putting some interesting hurt out there. Still 4-6, and High Spirits does manage to get away from it. Meanwhile, on arnpoly's side, he has hit that next level. He's just working on these magic drafties. He's using that heal more to his advantage.
Yeah, it's definitely understandable. It looks like the Magidraki seems to be the enemy of choice, really, for both runners, since they do have the resources to heal through it, and it's given some pretty decent experience for early on.
Well, if we see this takedown on both ends, we are going to end up getting super close to next level. We got 1 point, and there will be 2 points from High Spirits, so literally anything at this point will bring the next level for either runner. Alrighty, so we see arnpoly pulling up level 4. He's got 7 power, 10 speed, no HP, 1 magic point. Yikes. 1 point away from that second heal mark.
I mean, if nothing else, at least the strength will help by in taking out, say, stuff like that Poltergeist.
Most definitely. You know, any little bit of health right there is definitely going to help on some of these Zone 2 or Zone 1 and Zone 2 enemies. But you do have to remember that just a little bit north in that mountain range, and arnpoly knows that blue dragon's up there and he's not playing nice.
Yeah, so you don't want to venture too far out in this grind.
Alright, High Spirits pulling up on level 4 as well. So he's going to find out the bad news that he still needs 1 more level to be able to get a second heal more. He's going to take the quick death to get his magic back. That's not a bad call in his spot.
Yeah, that's definitely understandable. I mean, especially since it is so close by.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. You know, High Spirits choosing not to keep the key, but keep the token of the fairy water. It's going to be an interesting play, whereas arnpoly here has definitely kept a hold of his key. He's just grinding up some money, but he's doing more leveling than anything else.
I think I noticed also in the offing that the Drakis had, I believe, baby breath.
Didn't see that yet, but there's that red slime again. Unfortunately, he's not going to, or fortunately for our runners, he's not going to get another shot. arnpoly does get across the swamp. He's going to go take a look and see what's on this next zone. Finds a droll magi, and it has baby breath. Not terrible, but a little early to, for our runners here to be seeing that kind of stuff. We do get a cave here. We're going to get a quick check. We might have mountain or we might have tablet. It looks like we may have tablet.
It's still, I mean, given that I am still fairly new to the community, it always impresses me to see runners be able to navigate like this in the dark. I know there are, with the layouts, there are ways to tell. I just don't know those ways all that well at this point.
Yeah, and you know, some people can dark navigate, some people prefer not to do so. Some, especially in a cave like that where you don't have outside and there are no encounters in that cave, it's probably a good thing if you don't know the map very well to try to dark walk around, because that one without any kind of outside spell or at least a torch, you know, if you get lost in there, it's probably, you know, it's more likely you're going to have to reset to get out of it. But arnpoly did find an axe knight got sent home, so that was a pretty rough little spot. So just on the other side of that swamp, it's a rough zone after that.
As evidenced by the Wraith Knight, who decides to toss Hurtmore and unfortunately send High Spirits flying back across the swamp.
So yeah, it's there's just going to be a lot of magic directing deaths here for a little bit. And Beta Strep kind of throwing that out there. The faster he can get to 85 gold, the better off he's going to be, because that cave underneath could be super important this early. And if it does have anything like Free Cave, or if it has any of the other 2 caves that he can get something from super early, this could mean a big piece for arnpoly.
And this town could mean something interesting for Highspirits as well. And also, welcome to everybody from RPG Limit Break. Thank you for coming in to the Dragon Warrior Randomizer. We are about 10 minutes into the race between arnpoly and Highspirits, and it has been a very swampy adventure so far.
And unfortunately, arnpoly finding out that not only do red slimes have DL2, but so do poltergeists, and that hurts. And of course, chat is calling for arnpoly, go and get your key, man! And yeah, I mean, that's a super important piece right now, is just getting in behind that door and getting a check into that, getting a check underneath would be super important. And Highspirits finding gear in him, so not a terrible find, and he did pick up a copper sword there, so that's a nice pickup. It's going to help augment some of this strength that's just not really been there just yet.
Right, especially considering how lovely the local fauna have been to our runners so far.
Yeah, it's going to help him out. It's going to be interesting to see, like I said, kind of how this plays out. If arnpoly gets that key and then initiates the gold grind there in the castle, this could be super interesting. And I know he knows the gold is there, but at the same time, Highspirits finding another town here, the Hawksmith. So we now have at least a location to do our spike check later on when we get a little bit more stuff behind us to initiate that check. And of course, Highspirits, with still having the Eldritch token over arnpoly, there's still 2 more items out there that we do have to find that are super important and critical in completing our mission here, which is going to be the Stones of Sunlight and then the Silver Harp, which we do turn in for the Staff of Rain, which all then turns into the Jerk Cave, being traded in for the Rainbow Drop, making the Rainbow Bridge to get our way into Charlotte Castle, which is just south of the castle. So, yep. And it's going to be interesting to see, like I said, where all this is going to play out. Because, Eldritch Token in the Throne Room, that means there's 2 more spots out there that are going to have at least those 2 items.
It looks like Highspirits is trying to find some friendlier monsters out here in this zone and hasn't really found them yet.
Yeah, running into a lot of werewolves and whatnot, but that 42 agility is kind of helping him in a little bit. Try to get away from some of this stuff. And we do have another cave in a swamp. Swamp cave maybe? Nope, it's going to be Gieran's grave. And looks like Highspirits is going to go for that top 3 chests there just to see what's inside. So not only do poltergeists have DL2, but they have heal more, which is not nice. Highspirits doesn't know about the DL2 yet, though, so this could play very badly in his... There it goes. Gonna send him home just a little early.
Ouch. Meanwhile, arnpoly is going to go ahead and use that key and buy some more keys. Probably, I think, a couple more keys. And we'll finally get to see what is in Tanagil's basement.
He's going to hit that armory first, because he does remember that there is money in that armory, and we're finally going to, after that, yes, see the basement of Tanagil Castle. It's going to be a key piece to all this. Meanwhile, we have Highspirits, who is still doing a little exploration, but does pick up level 6. And, 2, 7, 1, and a new spell, which we did see. They do now have the regular heal, which with this H key is not a terrible thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got enough magic to cast it several times, and the HP is not so high that you really feel like you need to lean on heal more.
All right, arnpoly going to check in this basement here. We do have the free cave in the basement. What do we have inside? It's going to be the fairy flute, so not a terrible pickup. We can put golems to sleep, kind of pull our little bard magic there. So not a bad pickup, but not the best pickup in the world. So this early, though, hey, if you find a golem, you can hit that flute and get away.
I think we did have somebody in chat calling that it was going to be free stuff cave under the castle, but was calling for the sword to get everybody nervous. But nah, not quite. But fairy flute, I mean, at least it can have some uses to it.
Yeah, and again, it's not completely, but hey, you know, it's something there. And finding a droll, so we're finding at least a little bit of a different enemy we can take down for a little more experience here. It's not a terrible piece. 18 more experience, and that's going to put at least Arn back, or close to back in the lead. Highspirits, meanwhile, having that copper sword does help him out quite a bit. So Highspirits back down in Gihren's grave again. He's going to try and get his top 3 chests. I'm guessing he's hoping for a key here because right now, you know, he used his key on the armory. He does find a key up top, so that puts him back in a good position. 2 more chests of gold. Yikes. Okay, so arnpoly now picking up that gold copper sword as well over in Gihrenham, and we'll be able to see what's in the back of that as well.
So Highspirits gets a bit bailed out by the grave, as chat's mentioning. I'll be interested to see if we see a deeper dive or if Highspirits is simply content with that at the moment.
So our Highspirits not being too salty about being sent home. He does have a key, and we're going to get to see what's in the back of Gihrenham here.
I'm thinking from the look of it, was that Swamp North, I believe? Yeah, I think it's Swamp North.
Very possible. I didn't get to see the direction that he took, but it looks like he just went straight south. And there's that golem. He's able to get away from it, so not needing that. So it does look like Swamp North right there. Good piece of information to have. See how he decides to play this out. He's going to rest up and, I guess, do some more exploration here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty easy decision to make. Chat mentioning may also be doing a slow grind for a broadsword. Considering that you're getting a refund for your key, it's very, very understandable.
And a really good call, especially this early, needing that kind of attack power to augment. Being at level 6 and only 23 attack power, we can do a lot better leveling on some of this stuff with that broadsword than we can with a copper sword. So, a good call on arnpoly's spot. So there it is right there. He's going to pick up that broadsword, and I think that's what he's going to stick with for a little bit. Not a terrible call. Alright, Highspirits, he got himself another gold grind going, so he's going to save here. He does know that Gihrenham is right next to him. He can pick up a couple of pieces. He's going to be able to at least armor and weapon up as far as he can go. So, not a terrible piece. Highspirits will be able to get over there as long as he doesn't run into anything too terrible along the way.
Yeah, and if he does, he saved, so he can get that money back just by a quick reset. So, good play on Highspirits' side, definitely to make sure you've got enough money for a good bit of shopping, and hope that the blue dragon doesn't steal it all from you.
Yeah, had the agility to get away from everything else, just not that poor big dragon right there. Alright, so we have arnpoly who is herbing up and picking up some torches so he can be able to see in some of these places. Trying to get rid of said torch, and that's not going to happen either.
No, at least for the item shop, the shopkeepers here in the world have no refund policies.
Alright, so Highspirits hitting gear in hand. He's going to be able to pick up that gear for himself. Going to throw the fairy water at this metal scorpion, do some damage, and then hitting with that copper sword of his. Take him down, and he'll be in good shape to go. Meanwhile, arnpoly is going back into Swamp North. He's either going to just go ahead and go to the next side, or he's just maybe check the spike tile, but I think he's going across.
Yeah, it looks like he was going across because I didn't see him take any turns. And typically, when I've seen other runners do that in the past, they'll usually put on at least a torch to be able to see where that turn is because it can get pretty hairy otherwise.
Yep, and now we have Highspirits, who now has his broadsword and his magic shield, or magic armor, no shield. And then, of course, we do come across and find a town immediately outside of Swamp Cave. But it is with a werewolf that does have sleep. Oh man, this could be ugly.
Yep, I mean, baby breath isn't bad, but baby breath after being put to sleep is bad. So arnpoly gets sent back to start, but does have that knowledge at least that there is a town to go looking for. And of course, it could be a few different possibilities at this point.
Yep, so, with that, Highspirits is going to find out that is Swamp North as well. Looks like he's going to go across as well, but he runs into the blue dragon. Does block him on the first run. Does cast Stop Spell. Ooh, that's a good knowledge to have.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much Stop Spell resistance the blue dragon itself has, but that could be good knowledge for a potential grind later if such things are in the cards.
Yeah, and of course, Beta Strep thrown out there. The Poltergeist 2 have Heal More. So Heal More and deal 2 on the Poltergeist. Stop Spell on Blue Dragons. There's some pretty interesting enemies here. Werewolves with Sleep and Baby Breath. Yeah, this is interesting. And Highspirits finding the Staff of Rain Turning Cave and another cave immediately after. Looks like this could be Mountain Cave right here. Yep, so he is in Mountain Cave indeed. Blue Dragon's in Mountain Cave, but he is just getting away with the getting away.
Yeah, his run luck has been very good indeed so far.
Taking a shot there, getting a little bit. Gonna hit that Stop Spell. Doesn't hit him. Still trying to get away. Still trying to get that Stop Spell off. It finally does get it off. But Highspirits getting away from that one.
The Highspirits deciding to be very efficient, finding a torch and just going ahead and using it.
Alright, so we see arnpoly heading back over to Tablet Cave. He's got a torch this time. He's going to make the dive, see what we do have in this one chest. This could be something interesting for once in the Tablet Cave, but we'll find that out here just momentarily. Meanwhile, more gold on Highspirits' side. He's just finding all of the gold. Fighter's Ring, that's nice for 2 more attack power. And then we got 1 more chest down here. We'll see what's down here.
Meanwhile, arnpoly located the Death Necklace over in Tablet Cave, so not good for now, of course, but if the HP gets high enough later and we're thinking about trying to punch the Dragon Lord a little harder, of course that'll come into play too.
Most definitely. And we see arnpoly heading back in the direction. He does remember just north of that cave. Axe Knights are there, and they're punchy, and more punchy. So I didn't catch what was in that last cave, or that last chest there for our Highspirits. Looks like it was wings. Okay. So, not a terrible cave dive there. Didn't give him anything but the Fighter's Ring and a lot more gold. But he does pull up level 7, 1 power 4 speed, 10 more max HP 6, magic, and we did get the spell of Hurt and Repel.
Yeah, as Chat mentioning, going ahead and being able to clear the mountain cave is pretty big because, yeah, you know what you have there, and you don't have to worry about coming back and hunting any chests that you orphaned, which is definitely helpful, especially on the map that our runners have had to handle so far.
And Chat throwing it out there. Run luck now is death and Charlotte later.
Well, we'll see how that bears out.
And it also depends on how this agility decides to play out closer to the end of the seed. Right now, it's sitting super nice. Both of our runners have a pretty decent defense power just due to the high agility. The strength is still not quite there, but it's still kind of super early here. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out.
Yeah, I mean, we're just under a half hour into it, and it's... of course, the runners have been able to get some levels and have been able to do some exploration, but in some sense, the map circumstances have kind of been working against them being able to really get out there and find things.
And arnpoly finding another blue dragon, sending him home. Brian Williams throwing it out there. This seed is all blue dragons, and that's not a terrible thing because at least it's not all red dragons.
It looks like in the south of at least wherever Swamp South took us, we have both the Heart Turn-In Cave and the Dirt Cave.
All right, so turn-ins are definitely on the other side, and then have to go back on the other side to get into Charlotte Castle, so not terrible. This is an interesting second continent, but I don't think we've actually got the first one completely explored either. arnpoly looks like he's going for another slow grind. I'm wondering if he is getting ready to do a slow grind to pick up that magic armor, or if he's just going to the other continent.
It looks like he's probably going to take another stab at the continent because he knows that there's a town up to the north, because he wasn't quite able to get there last time, but knows where it is, so it's probably going to see about solving that mystery first.
Yeah, and of course, Highspirits didn't go north of the cave on his exit, so he hasn't seen that town yet either. Alright, so arnpoly heading right for that town again, finds a regular scorpion, so he's going to be able to hopefully get in that town, barring another encounter on the hill and being crazy. And we do find the town of Cole, so this ought to be an interesting thing to see what this search spot brings. And comes up nada for that search spot. That's, yikes, man.
Yeah, that does not portend well at all for arnpoly, and it makes Highspirits' grind for that magic armor look even better.
Most definitely. And then, of course, now we have to worry about, if there's nothing here, do we have coordinates? And if we don't, that means Hawksness is probably going to have something inside. But, of course, we still have the grave, the bottom two chests of grave to dive for. And, there's still a couple of pieces and parts out there.
Right. I mean, we have seen one cursed belt because we saw that right at the outset. So we do know that at least one of those spots has something on it. We just now know that it's not cool.
Yeah, and like I said, we have seen full mountain dives. We've seen the top 3 of Gieran's grave, so that's 2 more chests down there. We've seen Tablet Cave and we see Free Cave. We still have Rimmildar to go. And I think Cantlin will let us know if we have coordinates. It looks like we're probably going to, kind of doing the mathematics here.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way at this point.
So now the question's going to be, what's in Hawksness and how dirty is it going to play tonight?
That's a very good... Well, both of those are very good questions, and as Chat's pointing out, this Overworld has not been fun so far, so that does not portend well for the grind either, necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the Metal Scorpions here. They're not terrible. They're only 31 experience, but at this point, it like it says, finding an interesting grind spot's going to be a little rough for these guys. All right, Highspirits finding another werewolf, trying to get away from him. He's just giving him a little bit of a hard time here, though. Poltergeists have DL2 and heal more. Oh no, the werewolf's got Highspirits asleep. Hitting twice with the baby breath. He does wake up on the third one and does get away. Alright, so Highspirits here going to find the cave. He's going to be able to pick up his death necklace. So we'll have that done and maybe see a little exploration north.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when arnpoly went down there that he did not go ahead and explore back up to the north from Tablet. But, of course, it could end up working out in his favor if there's nothing there. But, well, that's part of the deal with the randomizer.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is he saw that Axe Knight early and just figured, I don't have Hurtmore, I don't have anything to kind of stop them from doing damage, so let's just get somewhere else and keep going. He is finding a lot of blue dragons in this cave, so it looks like he's found his way into Mountain Cave. And Highspirits finding the first red dragon and gets away from him on the first run. Man, this run luck for Highspirits today is just really playing in a huge factor here.
Yeah, it really has so far.
I am corrected. It is the second red dragon. He does get away nonetheless. Alright, so we have arnpoly getting his fighter's ring. He's got the other couple of chests that he's going to pick up now, finding a couple of pieces of gold here and there. Meanwhile, Highspirits up in the north found a way through. Alright, so chat kind of throwing out there the windy path. I think he meant the windy path. But yeah, interesting path we do have going up north.
I was going to say, don't you love the English language?
Yes, but those are only held every other Thursday. Alright, so we do have some more grinding going on. arnpoly getting through this cave. He's going to go grab that last chest, which is going to have his wings in it. Highspirits does hit level 8. 1, 3, 6, and 7. No new spells. So it's looking like we're just kind of slogging through this, trying to find a couple of spots to level. Not really finding anywhere to do a decent grind, but we do find another town. We've only got a couple more places this could be.
Well, it's a nice visit to the Motel 6 to resupply for the rest of your search.
And we find the town of Armory.
Yes, Braconnery.
Highspirits going to check the shop, see if we can't find a shield of some sort. He's got enough for a large shield. It does have the small and silver shield.
He finds everything but a large shield.
Got the money? Not anything for him though. So that's not a bad thing though. I mean, it's just north. So first armored knight, it's not gonna have something nice. We've got sleep, but it still hits super hard. And more sleep. And gets the best of Highspirits. Man, gotta love that sleep spell.
Yeah, this just adds another nasty layer to any potential grinds that we might see.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got that stop spell, so there is definitely that ability to keep them from hitting you with it. And hopefully they're just super sleep heavy, and you can get some smacks around and maybe, just maybe, get a kill off of him here later on. Alright, so Highspirits picking up some herbs again. We have arnpoly back here, and it does look like he got enough stuff to maybe initiate a gold grind. The Sword Magician! Well, that's a fun piece right there. Sword Magician, he's going to pick up this gold grind, so he's going to be able to pick up that magic armor. He does have the water shield already, so I think this is going to be pretty quickly. I honestly can't call this one being swung in anybody's favor just yet.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've seen our runners go mostly the same directions because you would say, at least with the exploration that Highspirits just did, I'd say maybe a slight exploration lead with the knowledge of both of the turn-in caves. But yeah, it's still really too close to tell.
Alright, so we got arnpoly save. He's going for that magic armor now. Yeah, it's just still too early. He does have the Braconnery exploration, but arnpoly does have the coal exploration because he went north of the cave, and I think Highspirits is getting ready to find that as well, so that's going to kind of diminish that back in Highspirits' favor. Does not go north, though. A very fair point. Highspirits does have Grave. He does see coal, so there we go. There's that. So yeah, the exploration lead does go to Highspirits, but just in a very slight piece. But yeah, we're still kind of catching up to each other pretty quickly on this.
Meanwhile, Highspirits just narrowed a bit of the armor with the large shield that he picked up over in coal, so that will make it to where he's able to do a little bit more. Unfortunately, finds the bad news about the coal search spot as well.
Yeah, quick rest, and I think back to the exploration grind here. Meanwhile, arnpoly here in Garenham getting ready to pick up his magic armor. He does put on his dragon scale, so now he has that little bit right there. And now we are back to a stat equal here with the magic armor putting him right where he needs to be as well. So that's going to help him out, but we're still only at 25 strength. We're not doing a lot of punching on things, just for the simple fact that it takes a lot of time to do so. But Highspirits sure going to try with this Magic Waver. Yeah, I mean, that's a good fact. He could clear Grave in one go here, now that he's got this magic armor. And here we go in the Grave. He's going to find the key and money, so he's going to be able to open that door with absolutely no problem. Beta throwing it out there. Hurt, heal one. Magic Waver, Knight, and Rogue Scorpions. It's a tasty little easy experience grind right there. Just to get you to the next level, see if we can pick up something. Rogue Scorpions having hurt.
I was about to say, those Rogue Scorpions just got a little bit less tasty.
Yeah, we got the stop spell to keep them from throwing it out there. They're going to throw it out there nonetheless. Not able to cast it, so good call for Highspirits there. They are very Hurtmore heavy. arnpoly finding his complimentary golden key. He's going to go and open that. It looks like he's going to go and try and fully dive this bad boy. Back in the coal for a quick rest for Highspirits. He's going to grind in that little area right there. Try to pick up level 9. Not a bad call. You know, it's a pretty little area for a couple of things. You know, like Beta Strep said earlier, you can hurt, heal more, and that strat works for you.
Yeah, I think another factor that played into Highspirits doing that was he ran out of magic in the middle of that Rogue Scorpion fight, and then ultimately just had to run away from it. So I think it was also just kind of topping back off.
Yeah, Druid Lord, not a terrible enemy. All they're doing is throwing punches. It's a super quick 50 experience points. Meanwhile, arnpoly diving this grave. He's getting ready to drop down to the next level. We'll see what's down, at least in these last two chests, hopefully pretty quick. Yeah, Druid Lords are going to be a tasty enemy for just a minute here. We're going to probably see level 9 off of that. Meanwhile, arnpoly heading down for our next chest inside the grave. So, Ali, so far as chest information, we're pretty close to even with arnpoly diving grave here. He's going to have a couple more chests than Highspirits, but Highspirits has a little bit more of the exploration knowledge of where a couple things are. And the fourth chest in grave is a torch. Alright, so continuing on Highspirits' side, the grind for some experience, finding a pretty decent zone with some decent enemies. He's going to be able to pick up level 9 here in just a short few fights. Doing a little more exploration on the second continent, though. He's found another area to kind of open up this exploration here.
Yeah, so we're seeing our runner's expertise in some sense extend in a couple of different directions. arnpoly's getting his information about the chests in the grave, and then Highspirits is sort of filling in the map, so to speak, whether literal or figurative, and finds another town. So, Cantlin? Yep, Cantlin.
And indeed, the desert town of Cantlin. So, not a terrible find. We should have some coordinates here in just a few moments. Gonna get that top off real quick so we can get that heel walk across that very ouchy barrier tile downstairs. Alright, arnpoly making it down to the final chest here. We're going to see shortly what we got, and it is an herb. So, both of our overworld search spots still could be key items, and it looks like we might be close to a double Erdrick Sharlock? Question mark?
So 52 north, 16 west on the coordinates. Given the way that the map has gone so far, I would definitely be voting Gwaelin myself.
$52 north, 16 west is not uncountable, but we've got a few things in the way, and there's a couple of windy spots. But yeah, it's doable. But you know, it's kind of one of those. Do you want to do that, or do you want to just make it easy on yourself since you know where Swamp South or Swamp North is, and just go grab her real quick? Of course, neither runner has checked the spike tile, so we don't know what's sitting there either.
Right.
So the only other chest we haven't seen is Rimmildar, and that's it. So, yeah, like I said, the likelihood now of a double Erdrick Sharlock is coming more and more of a thing.
Meanwhile, it looks like we both seem to have commented over arnpoly hitting level 9. We see, I think, 1 strength, 3 agility, no hit points, and 12 magic, if I'm reading my numbers right.
You are indeed, so that's a big piece. That strength is still lacking here. The broadsword has given them the ability to take down some of the stuff, but no spells either. So, you know, the first one to find Rimmildar and get that last chest out of the way is going to have that knowledge of where are we going to have to go to make this map a thing. You know, it's one of those that now we definitely need that, but we're also going to have to find a decent grind spot. We haven't checked either spike tile yet, but again, with no Hurtmore and super low strength, grind spots are going to be hard to find right now that they can actually do something with.
Yeah, the enemies that we've seen so far on this map are not exactly the most friendly in the world, so I mean, I know our runners have to be hoping for something that's a little more sympathetic as far as what is left to be found.
Yeah, and of course, Beta Strip puts it sad. It's really sad that the best grind zone seen is one requiring you to cast Hurt repeatedly on Magic Wyverns and Rogue Scorpions. Of course, the stop spell on Rogue Scorpions as well, so there's a couple more pieces of magic that we're going to have to throw out there. So I guess the question is what level are we going to see that Hurtmore spell? Because that is going to be a key piece if that comes in within the next level or two, or if it's going to wait until, 14, 15, and make these guys suffer just a little bit. Well, arnpoly over here is doing a Druid Lord grind here. He found a nice little spot for these Druid Lords, which is not a terrible grind spot, but it's going to take you a lot longer to get some of this experience. So I mean, hell, we're going to see something interesting hopefully here real soon. Level 10 or 11's got to have something that's going to break us out, either a good amount of strength or hopefully Hurtmore to help augment some of these stats.
So I got to tip my cap to Highspirits here. He was able to, as chat was mentioning, he was able to essentially make out that grind or make out that count just by getting landmarks, and so finds a silver heart.
And that is showing that experience that Highspirits does have. He easily picks up a heart by doing a landmark count and is able to pull that much further ahead, because we do know that on the other one we do have at least one chest left in Rimildar, and we have the Hawksness spike check as well. So we're going to see what's in here hopefully real quick, due to arnpoly being right there. I don't think arnpoly knows, but he does take the Rogue Scorpion down and have hurt one.
Chat mentioning that there's a red dragon on the spike tile, so no fun?
Ouch. So either the hope is to find the town of Rimildar and hope that your last item is there, and then even still, there's the possibility of armor or sword right there on that spike tile there in Hawksness, which makes things even worse because you've got to get past that red dragon somehow.
Yeah, that dragon is looming large right now, and I guess literally looming large on arnpoly's screen. I'm assuming just taking a death warp at this point.
Yeah, I mean this is going to be an interesting one tonight. Our runners are still got a little ways here. Arnpoly still has 2-8 to go to get to the next level. That's 4 of those Druid Lords that he was fighting just a little bit ago. Maybe we'll get a decent stat gain out of that and pick up a little bit of strength here, because without that, we are going nowhere fast.
Or as Beta Strep put it in chat, yay seed, boo everything else. That's a pretty good diagnosis of this seed 45 plus minutes in.
Right? So, I mean, it's going to be what it is at this point. Arnpoly, being a newer runner, he's still going to have to, at some point, go rescue the princess. I don't know if he's found Kim yet. So, he's still got to find that. He's got to get his coordinates, and then he's going to have to make a decision if he can count that, or if he's going to pick up the princess. So, yikes, man. This is still going to be a rough race for Arnpoly, either way that this goes. Yeah, there we go. Arnpoly still not having encampment Breck or Jerk. So he's got a lot of exploration still to do. Meanwhile, Highspirits, 2 of the 3 items he needs, he knows that he's going to have to get some leveling done to be able to get into Hawksness and find what's there, but he doesn't know what's on the spike tile just yet. And Morgon's surely Hurtmore's coming in 2 monsters. We will find out shortly, though.
Yep, and the unfortunate part is we got 6 more levels potentially after that if it doesn't.
Yeah, this one's gonna be one of those that break out the popcorn, break out the sleeping mats, because this one is gonna be one to kind of check out while you're relaxing and laying down just a little bit of some popcorn. You know, because again, this is still I still put this as anybody's race, but arnpoly's definitely gonna have to get somewhere and get some more exploration in successfully. Of course, we do know that Highspirits still has 2 more chests in the grave, but at this point, I don't know if he's going to go and dive those 2 more chests.
Well, I think he's right next door to it, so he may just go ahead while he's in the area.
Alrighty, so arnpoly's super close, as well as Highspirits catching up really quickly with this Druid Lord grind.
Yeah, Trail's mentioning in chat that these 2 are neck and neck. They very much are in terms of experience. The exploration lead at this point goes to Highspirits, but right now, level-wise, yeah, they're about as close as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, experience-wise, yeah, you're neck and neck, but exploration goes to Highspirits. He's got the pieces that he really needs. Now, at this point, it's going to be, again, Rimmildar is going to be a huge key piece to this. Not for keys, though. Going to spin that 2 and get 1 chest out of it. We gotta hope that maybe that chest either has a sword or a piece of armor. The armor is honestly not the piece you want to see right now. With this seed being what it is, that sword is going to be super key and super important. Hopefully it's not Charlotte Castle.
Trail's pointing out in chat, didn't see the silver heart. Yeah, Highspirits got that by landmarking off the coordinate walk. And was, I think, off initially by 1 tile, but figured out what that tile was very quickly and got a hold of it. So that definitely has proven to be an exploration advantage just on its own.
Most definitely, and at least on Highspirits Inn, the princess is still going to kind of sit inside the cave down there and just kind of chill out for a while. Meanwhile, arnpoly finding Breck, so he's closing that one off his list. Going to see that we have the expensive stuff there, but the only thing he can use is a shield. Alrighty, so we're seeing Highspirits pull level 10, but I did not see any new spells, so back to the grind we go. But we did pick up a little bit of strength there. We picked up 9 strength. That's going to help a little bit. Try to augment some of, like I said, this awful strength that we've got going on.
Yeah, it does push things in the right direction, just doesn't push them very far.
Well, I mean, it is a little bit more damage on those rogue scorpions and those magic wyverns he was seeing earlier if you wanted to go back to that zone and grind it out a little more.
Yeah, that's kind of looking like the best route at this point, because there just hasn't been much to find, all in all.
And arnpoly picking up the same seed, same level, thanks to Angel, same level, so he's going to pick up that nice strength boost, or at least decent strength boost, so not going to be able to help him with his armored knight, though. With Beta Strep putting out a PSA for new runners, please embrace hurt strats when strength strat is garbage. This is your daily PSA from Beta Strep.
Considering that I'm a newer runner, thank you, Beta Strep. I shall keep that in mind.
And Angel FM always throwing out the reject repel because nobody likes repel. So while we have the moment here, guys, most definitely go and give both these runners a follow. Their channel should be flowing through here shortly if the Randroid is not taking a nap, and it is at the moment. But follow these runners. These guys are putting on a pretty good show here for what they're being given. And it does look like Highspirits is going to go re-dive the grave in those last two chests, so he's going to have that knowledge as well as his harp. So, man. And now we are getting the votes in the chat for the pro versus anti-repel squads. So we're seeing a chat divided here via one spell.
So would this be the pineapple on pizza debate for the DWR community?
Right, you know, I guess, but you know, it's just one of those that Beta brings up a good point. Repel in this seed is not going to do anybody any good. And Random Mania coming in with the raid, guys. We have a interesting race going on here. We are 56 minutes in and only at level 10 because this strength stat is not playing very nice with anybody today. So our runners are having to pretty much do whatever they can to try to get something going.
Yeah, this has, in some senses, quite literally been a slog because our runners started out surrounded on, not quite on both sides by swamp, but on both sides in any meaningful direction with swamp, and it has been interesting to see what the runners have tried to do to compensate. The exploration lead, for the most part, has been Highspirits, although arnpoly is now finding more caves to solve that. And the treasure lead had, up until very recently, been arnpoly's, and now that Highspirits is diving the grave, he will resolve that as well. So pretty much, it's basically been, for the most part, even.
The only thing Armory is missing is Cantlin, so he can get his coordinates. But I mean, other than that, and he does see the town up north, so he's going to try and get back around to it. And unfortunately, you know, this seed is kind of is what it is. The great thing is certain people, and I won't name any names, cannot blame me for this seed because I didn't do it.
Well, I'm sure some people will find a way to blame you anyhow.
All right, so we do have Arnpoly heading into Cantlin. He's going to be able to pick those up, and we'll be able to hopefully get another count without the princess, but that's going to all depend on how well this works. And Angel, I promise you, it didn't roll this one. You can't blame me this time. Meanwhile, Highspirits over here working on taking this werewolf down, or just death warping out. So not a terrible call there, finding everything that the grave has to offer, which is a whole lot of nothing. So at this point, just to recap what we have left, we have one chest, one search spot, and Charlotte. And unfortunately, the stones are one of those two spots that we have yet to be able to get into. The search spot in Hawksness is taken up by a red dragon, and the other one is still MIA for both runners. So, to answer the question, no, I don't think anybody has found a flame sword yet. We haven't checked the shops in Canton, really. Unless Highspirits has seen a flame sword. I don't think I've seen one yet. Oh, he's going for his silver shield.
I think we just saw a flame sword in the top shop in Cantlin, so now we have that knowledge as well.
Okay, so that flame sword is probably going to be needed this seed. Just because this strength is atrocious. And these guys do not have hurt more, and it won't do them any good even if they do get hurt more, because that red dragon ain't having any of that. We do see arnpoly doing a little bit more exploration to completion here, but I think it's going to come up nothing, and he's going to have to go and find the last town on the other side of the map. At this point, I'm just trying to figure out where we haven't really seen on either of these two maps.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. The only thing I can think of is if there was anything beyond Cantlin and the second continent, but that's really about all that comes to mind.
Well, arnpoly just walked that last little bit over there and didn't see anything. Unless it's up there by coal, around that area there, I don't think there's a whole lot left on the second continent to explore. Highspirits over here running into another big enemy. That baby breath and sleep, and he misses the stop spell. This wizard is not giving arnpoly any quarter either. He is making sure that he knows that he is meaning business. But arnpoly taking 20 damage from the wizard, so now he's deciding... Or no, I'm sorry. The wizard taking 20 from him. Alright, so we do have some definite heal more strats over here on arnpoly's side, but this wizard, I don't know if he's going to be able to do enough damage. And the heal spell, yikes.
Yeah, that really kind of takes the wind out of your sails when you see that, particularly if it's a heal more, when you're trying to slough down a tough enemy like the wizard.
Yeah, most definitely. Highspirits picking up that silver shield, putting him at 74 defense now at level 10. So he's going to go back to the castle and walk around. So this puts him in a pretty good position. He can take a little more damage from some stuff and not have to worry about the super high punches.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be going through Garenham and doing some diving, so... Because I think he just checked to make sure that he had enough keys to be able to get through the door. He does, so we'll see where this goes from there.
Meanwhile, arnpoly is still on that second continent. He is definitely looking around. Highspirits looks like he's going into Hawksnest to check the spike tile. He's going to get the bad news here in just a second, and we may see another gold giant for that flame sword if he did see one. Or I don't know if he checked the shops in Cantlin or not.
I don't believe he did. I think he went straight for the coordinates.
And the Axe Knight finding... Ooh, man, arnpoly running out of magic at this point, so he's going to have to rely on those herbs, but he finds a red dragon again and gets away. Oh, wait a second here. I think he's done it. He's found Rimbledarks. We're going to get this check here. Man, this is going to be big.
Yep, doesn't waste any time. Doesn't waste any time. Goes straight for it, and oh boy.
No. So, double Sharlock Erdrick gear and the Stones of Sunlight under a red dragon. Yikesness.
So, y'all, I hope you're comfy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Kaimon Renakai Seed of the Week.
Also, on a side note, I'm glad I ain't got to go into work tomorrow till 3 p.m. because we're going to be having some fun tonight.
Alrighty, so now the question is where do you set up some kind of grind? Again, I think you go north of Coal, where you've seen the Rogue Scorpions. You go over there where those where the Druid Lords were, and you get a couple more pieces and parts. Get these levels because you're going to be grinding for a minute. There is always this spike tile in Swamp Cave, but you're not having hurt more. You know, and the little bit of magic that you do have, yikes, man.
Yeah, no kidding. Sorry, just checking on chat too. It's I don't think we've seen that swamp grind yet. So either way, though, whatever it is, it's going to be not terribly pleasant.
Well, the Axe Knight thankfully only has fight and more fight, so we're not seeing anything nasty from him. He just is hitting hard, and this low strength does not make him a viable target just yet. Chat throwing it out there. Well, you know, it's only 22 hours for the next race. This will keep us busy. And Tilo saying, hey, I'm racing in that one. I've got to have some kind of sleep. Sleep when you're dead, right?
It's debatable. I mean, you know, sleep, you know, some people need that, I guess.
Yeah. Lorgan throwing it out there. What are the odds Highspirits is a 4th gold grind for a flame sword? And I think the odds might surprise you. But we do have arnpoly doing a block, so it looks like he's going for the count here. Finding that Axe Knight again, but he's not able to get away. Oh, he does that time though. Thankfully for him, he's got this far of the count. He definitely wants to make sure that he gets this. And unfortunately, finding a complete brigade of Sharlock enemies just in this small spot right here. And the Red Dragon sends him home for exactly 38. Man, that's tough to see.
Yeah, you hate to see it, especially in the middle of a count like that.
Back at it again, though, so if he can remember what his count was at that specific location, he can get back there. We might still see that count continue. Meanwhile, Highspirits finding the Red Dragon on the spike tile. We're going to see exactly how he wants to play this out. And Mike, I don't think you're incorrect because I think he's the one who's found Rimmildar, so he knows what's all the chests have. He knows exactly where we're sitting at this point. Man, unfortunately for arnpoly, man, it is just not nice. Those Red Dragons, they're not playing nice.
Yeah, I mean, we're an hour 10 in, and we have yet to find anything efficient in regards to, as Beta Strut mentioning, trying to find an efficient grind. We have not really found much of anything yet.
Yeah, it's unfortunately at this point, it's one of those, you don't really have a choice. You have to find a zone that you can sit in and kind of do some stuff. Unfortunately, there's not a lot here. Even Droll Magi's are taking a little bit to take down. Again, I think, you know, this is what you're stuck with. You're stuck with just north of Coal, or just east-west of Coal, or finding areas that you can find, but this is not very conducive to what you're looking for. All right, so yeah, we're seeing things going on here, and looking like the 4th may be on the table now that Highspirits does know that spot is a Red Dragon, and there's no other way around this with the strength being right where it's at. But the hurtful piece of this is our runners have to get into Charlotte Castle with some kind of decent stats because they're going to have to go into Charlotte with no armor and no protection from those barrier tiles. 75 HP is not terrible, but yikes. Alright, both runners running into some advanced enemies here, both with their own brand of pain. The Armored Knight with the punches and the breaths, and the Wraith Knight with hurt. That's never what you want to see.
So since I don't have any experience tracker up right now, what are we looking at in terms of level 11?
Well, so far we have not seen level 11, but it's coming here pretty soon for Highspirits. 2175 would be what he looks at. And arnpoly is close, but he's not in the right location. He's got his count, but he's just off. He's got to go to the west to get this. Yikes, man. Yeah, he's just a bit west of it. He needs to go to the east a little more. We know that it's right there next to the coastline. Oh, this is going to be painful if he decides to take a step back.
Well, Highspirits about to get the news of the double Charlock.
And there goes that. So now we have both runners kind of with the same knowledge. And arnpoly is close to having that heart, but man, it is, ouchness. Highspirit's going to go pick up some more keys to augment what he's already got. I mean, ouch, man. I don't even know where you could go with this. It's painful to watch this right now. Arnpoly he has his northern count correct, but he's just not far enough over to get where he needs to be. And we're going to restart our count here. And, man, that's just... Oh, that hurts to see. Oh, I think he's just going to say, screw it, princess time.
Yeah, I can't say I overly blame him on that front. I mean, like you mentioned, he was close, but as the phrase goes, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah, I could rephrase that to where my wife is, but she's looking at me like, don't do it. But yeah, no, I mean, at this point, you don't really have a choice. It's either pick up the princess or just try to completely recount it. And at this point, you know, princess is probably your better option. Meanwhile, Highspirits finding an Axe Knight. It's not giving him the chance to get away. Oh, he's going to use the hurt strats on it. And we at least know that it's fight and fight, so this is the viable spot here, but this is going to take forever to take this thing down.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, though, I would imagine that both arnpoly and Highspirits are probably sitting here thinking, what else is there? Now we got 7, 4, 2, and 10 out of level 11, so better. You could hit things a little bit harder. It'll definitely help a bit more with this the Axe Knight grind. But still, yeah, it's still a grind.
Yeah, at least the grind is not as terrible now, so you're doing more damage. But the Axe Knight catches him, and just yikes, man. This is tough, man.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think Highspirits missed hurt twice in a row on that one.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, you're pretty close attack power-wise if you're doing the same damage as your hurt is doing to it. But, I mean, man, there's not a whole lot you can do. I mean, you're sitting in a spot where, you know, both items are in Charlotte Castle. The one item that you do need is guarded by a red dragon. Man, all you can do is just continue to walk around and hope that you find a decent spot.
Yeah, it's Oh boy, this. Well, I will say that whoever ends up winning this race will definitely have earned the win, and whoever doesn't win this race will still, in many ways, have earned something of a win, at least I mean, I don't know if you'd call it a moral victory or just you want to kick the dragon board repeatedly in unpleasant places. Either one might suffice at this point.
Yeah, like I said, all you can do is just hope and pray that you find at least a decent spot to grind in. Looks like Highspirits has found something of a spot, I guess. He's finding a lot of red slimes, so I'm not sure what he's looking at. But you have arnpoly, who's now heading towards the princess. So we are going to get to see a spike check on the swamp cave and see what's in here as far as grindable stuff. But again, with these stats and no hurt more, we know what the grindable place is. We're going to see Highspirits head into Hawksness, maybe try to do a grind in here.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for not the red dragon, but some of the other stuff that he'd seen, because he had seen some decent things while he was walking to the red dragon and then got sent home. But with that knowledge, I think he's settled on the idea that this is really the best he's got so far, with reasonably close recharge at hand.
So looking at where arnpoly is, he's gone back in Garen's grave. Are we looking, because he knows those top two chests in there, or those top three are a key and 2 pieces of gold. Are we seeing a slight slow grind for a flame sword here?
It's certainly possible. I mean, we'll have to see. Well, the poltergeist is not going to have any of that, but chat pointing out he was looking for a death warp.
I see that now, because he tried to get away, but he tried to swing, and the poltergeist just took him down. So, yeah, that is the seed. That's what we're going to call it, this seed. Alright, so he's grinding up now. He's going for that flame sword. Math Girl with the hashtag this seed. Highspirits has found him a little bit of a grind spot, though, so that's going to help him out. As soon as we see level 12, hopefully we see a much more impressive level 12. Hurt more right here would not be a terrible thing, because that opens up the leveling leveling piece quite a bit. And of course, arnpoly picking up hopefully flame sword and silver shield money. This is going to open up things for him, but it's still going to be pretty awful with his strength being where it's at. Nope, he's gonna just do the silver shield money. Yep, I see that. I mean, I don't know, man. That's. I'm picking up flame sword money. I'm sorry. We know where this is. We know where the awful pieces and parts of this are. We definitely have. You've got to get that. You got to get close.
Yeah, considering that he knows where it is, and we know he knows where it is, I'm a little confused too, but maybe he's just thinking if he gets that extra defense that it will make at least some difference in some of these things that he's trying to put a dent in, but yeah, considering what we've seen so far, that attack power would go a long, long way.
Yep, I mean, at this point, all we can do is... Highspirits has the right idea. This is the grind zone. This is where you get your next at least level in hopes of seeing, And Beta brings up a good point. 8 attack power is not worth the time. I mean, no. You've got to get that flame sword. It's the only thing putting you into a better damage class, because at this point, strength is just not coming. Even at the next level where Highspirits is, it's still only 64 attack power. Alrighty, so finding a rogue scorpion here. We do know that it has hurt more, and I believe he knows that too, so hopefully he hit that stop spell on it. Did not, though, and got hammered for it. Meanwhile, Highspirits continuing this grind in Hawksness. Not a terrible play, because, I mean, you've got to realize, you've got the town of Gierenham right next door. It's only 20 gold to sleep. It's not a terrible play, and it gives you, again, the next level looking for Hurtmore to open up some more enemies that you can take down. Alright, so here we go. Continuing away, and arnpoly finding one of those as well, finding out, remembering that it has Hurtmore, hits it with a stop spell and continues to whack away at it, hopefully chipping piece by piece away from the skeleton's armor. Alrighty, so we're seeing, again, we're seeing a grind here. I'm wondering, oh, arnpoly is going for that silver shield, but I don't, oh, he's heading, okay, I know where he's heading to. He's trying to get to Breck so he can get the silver shield there, but, yeah, it is completely agreed, Phil Collins, that this does go a little bit faster with a flame sword, but right now, the experience gap widening ever more because Highspirits is dedicated to this grind. He is almost 1,000 points ahead at this point. Highspirits deciding now, oh, he doesn't have any magic left. Okay. I was curious as to why we weren't seeing him take on some of these knights, and now I see the reason why behind it. And not enough even there. So there's our knights. We have sleep and DL2, 25%. That's why we're avoiding the knights. I thought it was just a matter of trying to hit him with a stop spell, but then at the same point DL2. So we do see level 12. Here we go. 10 more power, 12 speed, 4 HP, 1 magic, and a new spell, which is going to be outside.
Well, yay, strength. Boo. No useful spells.
Yeah, I mean, this is this is what it is. Like I said, this seed. But that strength gain is going to help out a lot because it's going to be able to help Highspirits take some of this stuff down with that broadsword a little bit easier and continue his grind for what it is. Looking at his stats, he realizes that they are disappointing. Beige stepped on it out there. 7 to 14 on Reds now, so we're getting somewhere.
That is true, but I don't envy anybody who tries to consider the possibility of going after red dragons with that slow or that little of attack, I suppose.
Well, I mean, at this point, you could do a complete restore and go for it now. You've got almost enough HP to try to play it out with the 81 HP and 65 magic. You know, a critical does help a little bit too, but if you can get that one red dragon down, that's 255 experience, and what's underneath the spike tile, that gets it at least to where you have everything, but doesn't help anything on the seed.
Alright, arnpoly makes it to Braconnery and picks up that silver shield. So dives straight for it, makes no hesitation whatsoever. And so we'll see if there's going to be a grind in arnpoly's future. I expect at this rate, probably.
Well, I mean, at this point, all you can do is continue grind. Highspirits has a good spot here. The only thing in there that is giving any kind of, I guess, any kind of not good vibes would be those knights. But after that, I mean, everything else in there is pretty tasty for experience. You got to kind of grind that out and just get what you can out of it. It's just this seed is what it is. I mean, I really can't say anything more than that.
Yeah, that's fair. Allerger Brap asking if the stones are confirmed in Charlock. Yes, the stones are confirmed, and both pieces of Erdrick's equipment are confirmed in Charlock. So it is. It's a seed. It's this seed. It's probably not terribly pleasant for the runners, but it's definitely made for some interesting watching just to see how they've been able to adapt to all of this.
And Beta bringing up a good point. At this point, it's basically go for the red dragon kill, get your stones, and that's that much quicker that you can try to start diving to get in the bottom of Charlock and get your stuff. The only thing we really haven't seen are green dragons yet. That's surprising to me a little bit.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it's true. We haven't seen them. At least not that I can recall.
And yeah, we've already got folks calling which one's going to be at the table and which one's going to be on the way to the dragon boat. You know, with this seed, everybody knows how I feel about the judges table, but this seed, I'm calling both of them down in the armory because why not? They're going to be right next to each other.
Can they somehow squeeze both of them into the judges table?
I wouldn't say that we made them have. Yeah, okay, yeah, we might have, but you know, the percent chance that the green dragons have Wombo is still pretty low. So yeah, no, we'll wait and see. Green dragons are bound to pop up somewhere. Meanwhile, the grind to 4125, as pointed out in chat, is real, and we are on our way. As well as we're close with arnpoly to level 12. Seems like he's found him a little bit of a spot to grind some stuff, but I'm not exactly sure. Oh, he's repelling it. He's using repel strats here at this point. The Stone Man. Not what you want to see. Again, these are enemies that are still, like, way out of your reach, unfortunately. And yes, Shy Howie. I think I got that right. If I didn't, I butchered it. They're still winning.
Yes, essentially all the villains of all the Dragon Quest games have all gathered around I don't know what sort of table they'd gather around, and are simply chuckling at how this one's going so far.
And Beta bringing up a good point. Red can dodge, and it might have heal or heal more. Again, that's something that we really haven't seen because nobody's gotten a chance to take on too much of a red dragon to get into that much of a fight to find out. So I guess the question goes, if you do make the fight, do you cast Stop Spell on the red dragon immediately, or do you just wait and find out the bad news when it's already just about said and over with?
I don't know. I have a feeling at this point, I mean, the runners are an hour and a half in. They're level 12, well, 11 for arnpoly. And their brains might be just completely scrambled at this point.
And yeah, from what it looks like, yes, McGrew is winning. All we can do at this point is just sit back, enjoy a drink of your choice, be it adult or not, and enjoy some popcorn and hope that level 13, being the unlucky number it is actually the lucky number today. a lot of different theories on how this is going to play out. A lot of people saying hit the judges table and then go to the armory. Some people saying hit the armory. It's man, I'm telling you, this is this is kind of one of those you have to make that decision for you. I myself, like I said, like I said, I am a huge advocate of hitting the judges table immediately. But at this point, as trolly as this seed is going to be, and I'm calling it, it's going to troll. You go and hit that armory first. You've got 7. You got 7 chests in total. 6 of them being down at the Dragon Lord. I do know that I make like I said, the judges table your first stop all the time with me. But yeah, no, just hit the 6 and hope for the best. And if one of them is in the judges table, okay, not a terrible thing to die for on the second shot.
Yeah, I mean, considering at this point we know that both Eridurk's items are in Charlock, so that puts it at about a 1 in 3 chance that one of them is going to be in the judges table. So yeah, make the walk early and see what you have. So level 13, 6-1, 26-7, and sleep, if I'm seeing my spells correctly.
And the grind continues. Well, now you make the decision. I've got a few more HP. Do I go in here, get a good rest, and just try to grind this Dragon Lord down? I've got 80 attack power now. Oh, man. I think Highspirits is going to go try for it, period, without even going back to get the heal. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out for it.
Yeah, I never have been very good at the dodgeball memes.
Well, he's got a couple of healers in the tank. As long as this red dragon does not have anything nasty, he should be in good shape.
Yeah, so far all it's done is punch, and of course obviously that's a pretty heavy punch, but it looks doable, yeah, with what Highspirits has been swinging so far.
He's getting some pretty decent rolls here. Not sure if I guess I do agree with that. I mean, that's the play he had to make there. Last swing he's going to make unless a low roll happens. He gets it done, though. 255, we're going to get those stones. Let's get out of here and make something happen. That right there is a huge piece for Highspirits. Making sure that Red Dragon goes down. He's going to be able to go and turn his stuff in, and he's going to be able to dive Charlock first. This is killer, man. I mean, this is what he needed to see. And of course, arnpoly heading down into the cave here to go pick up the princess. He still has that homework that he's got to get done, but he also knows that Spike and Hawksness is going to have another piece that he needs. And the piece here is a stone man. So he doesn't have sleep yet. This is going to be awfully painful. Trying to run away, not going to be able to do it there. He's going to get sent back. This is a piece now that you have. I mean, the Stone Man is not a great grind. Ugh, man. Both of those are awful spots.
Well, as Chad has mentioned before, basically DWR is winning in spades here with this seed. It's just been, my goodness. I figured I'd be in for watching a good one tonight, but I didn't expect this in the slightest.
Most definitely. Well, we got a little time to kill. We did speak about following the runners, but definitely check out our guys behind the scenes, Kaimon Renakai, doing the projection of what we're seeing here, and SH Mike flipping buttons and toggling switches. See, I got it that time. Well, flipping, but whatever. You know, it's close. I got it. I got this. Hey, look, the Randroid woke up. Finally.
Unfortunately, it woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Hey, yeah, that's, man, when did Angel get in here? That's weird.
I mean, well, considering that angels can sort of appear when you least expect them, I suppose it fits.
Yeah, I guess so. Highspirits, though, he's taking on this golem here. Feeling pretty good after that Red Dragon takedown. Of course, you have the flute. The Hakai for 43, but it's not enough. He's going to go home. He got his rainbow drop, so that's all he needed.
So now, if you're Highspirits, what in the world do you do about levels?
Dive, get the big stick, hope for the best.
Yeah, fair. Hope that, at the very least, if the first floor Sharlock isn't too utterly terrible, then I suppose you could. But yeah, there's really not much in the way of options.
I mean, you've got a few decent parts and pieces here that you can take down now with some of the strats that you're able to use. I do say make the dive, but he's going back to Hawksness. Oh, is he gonna try for some more Red Dragon takedowns? Arnpoly pulling level 12, so he does get that little bit of a boost there. Definitely what he wants to see. Casts outside. I think he's going for some more healing, and I think he's going to grind on that. He's going to grind on that Stone Man. Is what it's looking like.
Well, I was going to say, it's just, yeah, neither grind is good. Neither grind is fun. So it's kind of, you have to gird your loins, as they say in scripture, and just sort of do what you can to advance this, because otherwise, yeah, there's not much in the way of options left.
Yeah, and on his way back in, Arnpoly heading back downstairs. Looks like he's going to play with this big boy once more. And of course, you have Highspirits once again back at this Red Dragon grind. Not a terrible play. He's able to take one down already, and he's got a full complement of magic and whatnot this time. So, much better. Oh, he hasn't beaten the Stone Man yet. Thank you, Phil, for reminding me that. That's...
Meanwhile, Math Girl has successfully unbroken the Randroid, so definitely much appreciated. So now we can give all the proper shout-outs to Arnpoly and Highspirits, who are pushing through this utter slog for our entertainment. So definitely much appreciated on their end. And thank you to Kamiel and Renokai for broadcasting this fun, and for Schmike for keeping our heads on straight with the tracking, and for Edge guiding this seed through whatever shoals it has been trying to sail around this whole time.
And of course, Karen as well here, being inside the ship with us here. We're all just sailing through here and hoping that we can get through this. And of course, Highspirits is going to go for this Red Dragon grind. He's going to kind of dedicate himself to this. It's 255 experience. You might as well get one more level out of it, see if you can't do something with it.
As the ship analogy goes, I think I'm just hanging on to the guardrails, trying not to fall off at this point.
Well, at least with this, he's able to take at least 2 Red Dragons down per trip in. So that does kind of help him out a little bit. And of course, now we see the Axe Knight on Arnpoly's side. But I think with your strength that you've got, you make a couple of shots at it and see what happens. Oh, but he does have... Okay, so he's got Gwayland in hand. He's going to try and get away. No, he's going to fight the Stone Man. He's just going to swing out on this. interesting play. A couple of different places or pieces going here at the same time. But arnpoly's not going to do this grind on Stone Man. He's just trying to get out of the cave with the princess so he can go get his harp. But man, this is rough. He does though manage to get past that. He's got the princess in tow. He's taking her back to the castle. Let's just hope that all he has to do is get back to the castle. He's not had the greatest run luck tonight, so finally getting some of it though with the 73 agility.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Highspirits has had all the run luck so far.
And I don't know if arnpoly realizes that he got outside at that last level. Well, he's got the princess in tow. He's going to take her back home. He's going to have his GPS, and then he's going to find out just exactly how close he was to that silver harp. Man, that's going to feel rough.
Yeah, I imagine that is going to hurt deep whenever he sees that.
Oh yeah, by no means is he repelling those blue dragons, but at least he can repel all the other small things to keep him off. But the question is do we see hurt more? We're going to find out here, hopefully after this red dragon goes down here. Highspirits is doing everything he can to be the man with the plan. Alright, the red dragon goes down, the 255 comes up, and we're going to see 3 power, 2 speed, 14 HP, 23 magic, no spells. Wow. At this point, you've got 95 magic points, you've got 121 HP. Go get the armor. Go get the sword. That's what you need. That magic was definitely needed, though. This was just... Whew.
Oh dear, now we have ourselves a channel point prediction. What level is Hurtmore going to be at? It's going to be interesting to see which of these ends up winning out. It looks like, well, I was going to say that the channel points are trending heavily toward 15 and then 16 happened, so yeah, it looks like we have 16, I assume, being the prime one. We'll have to keep track and see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like I said, the way this scene has played out, we're going to see a troll. We're going to see level 16, and we're going to see both items at the bottom right next to each other, because the Dragon Lord is just evil like that. So evil. To quote the great Slackinator.
Well, looks like Highspirits is going to go ahead and make that Sherlock dive and start looking for Erdrick's everything. It's not going to be pretty, but it really is about the only thing we can do at this point.
Yep, Highspirits making that shot downstairs. We're going to see exactly what's in here. This is first zone, and it is some blue dragons. Hopefully, nothing more terrible than that so far. Ah, the armored knight rears his head up here too. Night.
Night from the night.
Ah, puns. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of hopefully some decent luck here for someone, because at this point now it's going to be who can get down to the bottom and get things first. Arnpoly does have his silver heart now. He sees exactly how close he was, and you know that's got to sting just a little bit. Ah, there we go. Some of the night puns coming out. Arnpoly finding that same armored knight with the baby Wombo there. Not fun. And of course, all you can do is just continue to try to run, but at this point, there we go. He's going to swing. He can take this armored knight down, but if he gets hit with that sleep again, not going to be a good place for him.
Meanwhile, we have our first green dragon, and it was on the second floor of Charlock.
Yikes. Well, at least it wasn't terrible. Like I said, we haven't really seen anything from it because we were able to get away, but at this point, you don't want to find out.
Well, the green dragon actually was pretty kind. I mean, given that Highspirits got a critical, it made mincemeat of it, so that was helpful.
And Phil Collins, if only there was a sword hot enough to light up the night. Man, I wonder what it could be. But at this point, I don't think you waste your time. I think you just go for it. And there's the stats for our armored knight here. 25% sleep, 25% fire, 9 of 16 stop spell resistance. Ouchness.
Yeah, that's not very pleasant in the slightest, as our runners have had more than ample cause to find out.
Yeah, some kind of blazing blade. Like Voltron's blazing sword? I mean, I just can't place my fingers on it. This is crazy. Meanwhile, Highspirits getting down here a little bit. Which direction's he going to go? I'm throwing it out there. I think he's going to go check the judges' table first. I think he sees how trolly this seed is, and I think he goes and checks the table. First Star Wyvern of the night, nothing to him though. Tilo saying, I'd go to bottom first. And again, I agree. At the way this seed has been playing, I'm telling you, it's going to be in the bottom right next to each other. Yeah, I mean, you're he's going judges table. He's gonna go get it. He's gonna go for the complete troll. All right, so here we go. We're gonna get that judges table check first, and hopefully it doesn't bite us. And it is a torch.
Ouch!
The trolliest of trolls happens. A torch, so I'm counting it right now. I'm telling you, right there at the 50 and right next to it, you're going to find your sword and your armor.
I'm going to go 150 on the sword, 300 on the armor.
Highspirits making that walk back. That walk of shame, because the troll of the torch is rude. But Kaimon says it's going to be silly and say 200 for armor, 50 for sword. That's a bold prediction, but I think at this point anything is true. Beta Strep saying upper left and bottom right. All of these are interesting combinations, and it's just going to be funny to see whatever happens. Because at this point, not much is going to surprise anybody. Arnpoly with an interesting piece here, though. He's going after these stone men. Judge's table did get checked, and it was a torch. The puns continue. And at this point, the puns will continue until morale increases.
I was gonna say the pun desire is just burning within us right now.
Alrighty, so here we go. Highspirits heading up to the Armory. We're about to find out exactly what chests they are in, because we know that for a fact they're there. Fairy water in the first one. Here we go. Werewolf sitting on the one I said. Nothing in it, so yow. Cursed belt. Man, this is interesting. Dragon scale. So the last two right there are the ones that have it. The armor and the sword. And now we have something going on here.
Well, I think I might have gotten the armor right. I didn't get the sword right, though.
Man. But I tell you what, we finally have the parts and pieces we came down here for. I think Highspirits is going to go check that spike tile just for something else.
Yeah, no blame at all. I mean, why not while you're down here?
I mean, at this point, what do you got to lose? You still got 41 magic points, so if it's a decently placed enemy, like an Axe Knight who's just going to throw hands with you, it's not a terrible play.
Yeah, and considering how unkind the grind tiles have been so far, this might actually be the best grind of the night.
And that is the saddest statement we've had all night, is this might be good.
Yep.
Alright, so we're getting across the beach, we're going to find out. Nope. 2 red dragon spike tiles and a stone man spike tile. This is something.
So, I am now thinking forward to whenever we interview our runners at the end of the evening. I know we're not in professional radio or anything like that, but do we want to consider having a 5-second delay?
A very valid question, but no, I think we'll be in good shape. But there's definitely, I think on everybody's minds, there are words to describe the sea that you cannot say on screen.
And we already have members of our commentary channel wanting to run for the bomb shelters.
Can't say that I blame, but yeah, this is gonna be interesting. At least Highspirits is sitting in the driver's seat now.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, with the knowledge, with both pieces of Erdrick's in hand, yeah, definitely gonna go ahead, grind this red dragon as much as can with the resources that he has. Then, as somebody in chat mentioned, also go ahead, go back to Hawksness, grind the red dragon there, and just get the levels necessary to finish this thing off.
You know, the question on there is when do we get hurt more? The next question is when do we get enough strength? Because that still could be 16, 17, maybe even 18. That would not be nice. Alrighty, so now we're on our way back over to see Hawksness again and go talk to a man about a red dragon.
We get ourselves a bit of a virtual high five in Hawksness, but Arnpoly is going after these magic wyverns and Highspirits is going after the dragons.
Yeah, Metal Dream saying, is hurt more relevant at this point, though? No, not really. I mean, you've got the sword. At this point, you're just really grinding to get the attack power to finish the seed out. We saw him make the, I won't even call it a hard dive. He made I wouldn't call it a difficult dive. He made a dive. We'll call it that. And it didn't give him too many issues. He used up about half of his magic just getting down there. So if he has enough luck going into this with enough of his stats where they need to be, if we get any more agility, it's just all it's gonna do is help him. Alrighty, so we've got two different schools of thoughts going on here at the same time. arnpoly grinding, and we did get Hurtmore at 15, so congratulations to the Healmore at 15 recipients. That was a interesting call, but the strength is still not there.
Yeah, not only is it not there, it got no closer to being there. That has to have felt real bad.
All you can do is continue to grind. But now that you've got Hurtmore, you've got a couple more things you do. I say, first floor Sharlock, knock out what you can. And I think, nope, Highspirits is heading back to Hawksness. He's going to go play with that red dragon a little more.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, 255 is hard to pass up, considering that, if you're Highspirits, you have all the tools necessary to be able to pull it off. So, yeah, it's definitely a very tempting prospect.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, you can't really go anywhere else at this point because there's not a lot of zones that are guaranteeing you this much experience with as least amount of issues. Alrighty, so both of our guys now on the Red Dragon grind. arnpoly, though, is on the grind to pull his Stones of Sunlight from this location, and then he'll be able to make his shot over to grab what he needs, and then he's still got to make a shot down into Sharlock to grab his gear. Hopefully, he has as good a luck as Highspirits had, because that was a rather nice run in there for Highspirits.
So my question is then, if we have double dragons, which one's Billy and which one's Jimmy?
There's the double dragon pun. There we go.
I couldn't pass that one up either.
Ask Bimmy. Yeah, so Highspirits here in Hawksness just to do the grind. Meanwhile, arnpoly, he's just going to run out as much of his resources as he can, knowing, hey, I can take this red dragon down now, so let's do this.
Interestingly, chat bringing up memorable moments of the first Double Dragon. I only really played the third one, incidentally.
Well, honestly, because I am currently running damageless on that, I know the answer to that question. It is indeed, as they refer to him in the game, Bimmy. Because, yeah. I know he was wearing red. How about that? We'll go with that. Alrighty, so arnpoly heading out for looking for I'm not sure what he's doing here. I think he's just finding a grind spot here that's more viable for what he's got left. But you've got Garenham right there. Just go in and take a rest and come back in with some full parts and just do what you need to do. Meanwhile, High Spirits working on level 16 should have it momentarily.
Yeah, I was actually just about to ask the experience for that one, considering that it's coming at $255 a pop.
$97.50, I believe, is what it is for level 16. Alright, so hopefully level 16 is a decent strength increase here because we're going to need it. If it's not, we're on our way to 17, grinding away on this easy red dragon. And of course, folks, noting 61 strength level 15 seems about right. Yep, 97 and then 1200 for 17. That is correct, Math Girl. Math Girl knows math. Angel saying, come on, needing level 23. I don't think in my entire time commentating or running any races, I've seen a seed that's gone to level 23. So that would be interesting.
Yeah, I think if we end up getting what some folks in chat are mentioning, level 21 or level 23 seeds, well, I mean, I said earlier, I hope y'all are comfy. I hope y'all are really comfy at this point.
Alright, so arnpoly turning in his harp. Going to pick up a staff of rain and then head just a little farther over and pick up the last little piece he needs, which is the rainbow drop, and then he can make his dive. But it looks like High Spirits is coming out of Hawksness. He got what he needed there. 5 power, though. Man. Here we go. Level 17. So at this point now, we just continue moving forward and hope that the next level on 17 brings us something tasty, because so far it's not doing what you need it to.
I know somebody in chat mentioned earlier that the only real consolation that you would have for a seed like this that is going so slowly is that you have to be assured, given what you've seen, that the other runner is going through that too.
Yeah, I mean, in a seed like this, all you can do is hope that there is suffering and pain on the other side as well. But arnpoly is hit and repel, so it looks like he's going to make his shot into Charlotte Castle here. Hopefully, he's going to be able to get in there and get what he needs. But which direction is he going to go? He's wondering, what do I do? What do I do? And he's not going to go into Charlotte yet. He may be getting some herbs here. And that is the play. He's going to pick up the full complement of herbs, pick up the torture tooth, and I'm hoping we're diving. I really am. Meanwhile, over on High Spirits side, we are 5,000 experience points ahead. Youch.
Yeah, those red dragons are definitely doing what they are bred to do at this point.
Yeah, so there we go. All we're doing now is just trying to get into a decent enough. And again, High Spirits is in grind and go mode. He's just trying to get that strength up to where it needs to be. This is unfortunately though the slowest gaining strength speed I've ever seen. And unfortunately, It didn't look any better with 16, so hopefully 17 is... I mean, I've seen a stat give 58 points. Something I never thought I'd see until I was commentating a race.
And Azure Guardian asking where was Erdrick's gear. Both pieces of Erdrick's gear were in the Charlotte Treasury, the 300 and the 250 chest respectively. So, yeah, it was a double Charlotte Erdrick, or Erdlock, or whatever they're calling it. It was rough. Very, very rough.
Yeah, for those of us just joining us on this 2-hour seed, which may turn into a 3-hour tour if we're not careful, we had keys right off the get-go. We had Erdrick's token in the treasury. The Stones of Sunlight on a very, very heavily guarded Red Dragon's Hawksman's tile. The harp was on the coordinates, which was easily countable. And then the staff and Rainbow Drop Caves both on the other side. Death Necklace was in the Tablet Cave. And the Fighter's Ring in the mountain, and not much else. At this point, it's just been a couple of gold grinds for the best gear we've been able to buy, and both Erdrick pieces in Charlotte. So that's where we're at this point. Z-Man saying the Death Necklace seems like a foregone conclusion here. It is, unless we can pull some serious HP on this next level. Again, we're having to go to 17 because the strength just is not there whatsoever.
Six 361 is not what you want to see here.
And once again, we move forward. And now you know the rest of the story. That's for a few of you who listened to the radio back in the older days.
I was about to say, I was really not expecting that reference to come out tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that just kind of shows you my age a little bit. Like I said, some of us kind of go to the over the hill next one. So, yeah, I got a little age showing there, but I used to listen to Paul Harvey a lot. So, but again, we're gonna grind out to the next level, which is 1425. We're gonna go back and get some more resources. You know, it begs the question: you are sitting here on these red dragons. Is it more viable to grind the first floor of Charlotte, knowing that there's AK-47s? You're super close to the castle, so you can go back and get magic points and whatnot. I mean, you've got 94 defense power, so yeah, Fairy Water is a very viable piece in this too. Do you go and check the first floor out and see if you're getting faster experience that direction, or do you continue grinding this red dragon? Arnpoly out of nowhere with a huge hero walk there. I didn't even see that he, like, blazed through there.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much just blinking, he's at the bottom of Charlotte. My goodness.
Well, it looks like he didn't hit Judge's table, so he is going downstairs. He's going to get his 2 pieces super quick. He's going to get them as the last 2 as well. So, wow, okay. So Arnpoly can set up for a grind here. He's gonna need it because we obviously know 17's not it. Man. So Beta Strep throwing up some of the math here. 5 Fairy Waters, it's possible to win with obscene good luck. So would you say that he would need some interestingly amazing luck that, you know, one of our folks around here might have a lot of here lately? I don't know. But yeah, I mean it's a viable strat. You know, at minimum you need to get to 150. You're going to need some super great rolls. obscene good luck to win this if you're playing the wrong game. And Morgan throwing it out there that, you know, the Hurtmore strat, the free Hurtmores are still a thing. No thanks. Three Hurtmore strat is 1 in 4,096. That's insane. That's probably true. Never tell me the odds. Alright, so arnpoly finding the news that the Red Dragon is also right there on that. And McGrew throwing it out there. His sim gives Highspirits a 30% chance to win at this level with the Death Necklace. Yikes.
Well, we were speculating earlier that McGrew was the one who was winning this seed, so yes, you're winning the seed.
So Kiyoshin, yes, you always, no matter what, always let them win. 17.5 with a single Hurtmore. Man, that's a lot of crazy math being thrown out there. Well, the grinding continues. We need to hit level 18, and the bad news, one more strength. So, guess what that means, ladies and gentlemen of the chat? It's fairy water and dive. Yep, that's about what to do, but Highspirits is going to continue his grind.
So with Death Necklace right at this point in time, you're looking at, let's see, I'm thinking, is it 6 to 12?
So yeah, you'd be at 125 attack power. So 25, yeah, I think we're sitting right about that. Yeah, 12, and then low end will be 6, 5, somewhere around that. And again, Math Girl throws the amazing point that don't forget that there are lots of nastiness in Charlock. So, you know, you do have the Red Dragon that is on the spike tile. You have that as a piece. Yeah, this one's yikes, man. Doable, but a lot of luck and pieces and parts that you don't have any control over there. So there we go, the stats on the Armored Knight, who has not been playing nice with us all night. 25% chance sleep, 25% baby breath, and the stop spell percentage is 9. And then here we are with the Axe Knights, who are a lot more manageable, fight and fight. So our Knights are not terrible, but you know, the Red Dragon, of course, we've seen what he's capable of. Star Wyverns, we haven't really seen a lot of. We've seen one this whole game. And Highspirits was able to get away from it before it caused any problems. And there's our werewolf. He does have sleep and 75% chance to throw out the baby breath as well. So we've got a lot of enemies down there that are pretty sleepy. Not what you want to see with a dive down into Charlotte Castle. But again, nothing that's gonna like give you too many issues either, as long as you keep moving forward. Alright, so at this point all we can do is see what 19 brings, and hopefully it brings something more than one strength. We need at least 10 strength at this point to make a dive much more easier.
I mean, at this point, the only thing that would be worse than what our runners have been getting so far is if somebody has somehow sewn some code into this to make it start dropping stats at levels up, which chat has speculated on in the past, but hasn't happened yet. Yeah, it looks like Highspirits, though, is going to be getting that level 19 on the way down to Charlotte.
Yep, that's where we're going to go. The great thing about having Eldritch Armor is that stop spell has no effect, so a stop spell heavy blue dragon? Yes, please. Yep, he is just literally about 500 experience away, 400 experience away. He should have that within the next couple of kills here, and we'll see what kind of strength that brings. So if it brings in kind of decent strength, anywhere between 6 and 10, I think you go back, you fill up on some fairy water since Breck is kind of close, and you make a shot at this.
Looks like the Blue Dragons are really trying to oblige him in this whole push for level 19.
And the Armored Knight showing up and throwing out sleep like he does. Yikes. I was going to say, and this is just not being nice because it's not letting Highspirits stay awake long enough to try to get away from this. Alright, having to burn the heal more right there. Ouchness, man. This thing is just not letting him get away at all. The luck there is just god-awful. So he had to burn the one. Not a terrible thing. There's another blue dragon you can take down with some ease. He'll be able to get another little bit of experience. I think he'll be one little fight away from what he's needing. Meanwhile, arnpoly picking up 15, but also finding out the bad news that it's not close. And unfortunately, he doesn't have the idea that it's not even closer going up too further. Alrighty, here we go. Last blue dragon. This will get us to 19. This is going to tell the tale of the tape, ladies and gentlemen. Level 19 brings us 17 attack power, 1 speed, 2 HP, 1 magic point. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So that right there was the much needed level, 138 HP. I mean, Death Necklace strats are viable, but do you do it? No. I think at this point, just get down there, do what you gotta do, and finish this off. Meanwhile, arnpoly is continuing to grind on that red dragon. All I can say is yikes, man. This seed has been something else, and we finally have what we need, and now it's just a quick hop, skip, and jump downstairs. Hopefully that final floor is not going to be trolly. We do know that in the past it has been a little bit of a nightmare if you're not if you're not ready for it. So, I mean, at this point, it's just getting down there and getting this done. You know, the enemies that are down there are not terrible, so we know that if he can just get this walk over with, he'll be in good shape.
Yeah, these last 2 or 3 floors have been pretty kind to Highspirits so far, so maybe... Well, I was about to say maybe it's the seed deciding that it's done enough to him, but then Blue Dragon ambushes, so maybe I'm not going to say that.
Not quite done yet, but... Sorry about that. Not quite done with him yet, but at this point, Highspirits just needs to get to that spike tile, finish off that red dragon, and call it a night.
Yeah, chat mentioning about the key and the possible reset. Yeah, well, if is the operative word, and if is a very good preposition, I think, to put at the beginning of that sentence, because yeah, as much as this seed has put the runners through, they may just want to sleep at the end of this, and I wouldn't blame them one bit.
Dragon Warrior Randomizer cast sleep. It's super effective. Alright, so arnpoly hitting 16 and seeing this is just not happening. Alright, Highspirits hitting that death necklace, so here we go. Alright, so far not a god-awful DL1 fight. Here we go. Are we going to see the back attack? And we are going to see the back attack. It's a physical attack, so that's not awful. 17 roll off the jump. $17, $15, that's not two terrible rolls right there. So we're seeing at least some decent rolls on Highspirits' part here. If he can keep these nice rolls up, he should be able to have this in the bag here pretty shortly. Alrighty, so far, fight is going his way. Again, don't see anything crazy in this menu. He's got this all in the bag at this point.
Yeah, he's gotten half of the Dragon Lord's HP down because he was at 80 coming into this attack, now 94. So, yeah, barring in this menu, I think this is good, and I have a feeling it's going to be a weight off of Highspirit's shoulders when he finishes this off.
A little bit on the lower end now, but again, we're still in good shape because we're up over the 100 mark. All we got to do is just get through this. Meanwhile, arnpoly trying to grind out here to finish this one out and get the red dragons knocked out. But he's going to, I think, see here very shortly that this one is just about done and over with. He may finish the race, and he may just decide that it's over with at the end of this. We'll find out here just shortly, though. And Highspirits was the calculation, says, you know what? I know you go down in the next swing. Break out the GGs. This one is complete. This one was something else, but Highspirits pulls it off in the end with 38 magic left. Thankfully, he has put an end to the misery of this run.
Yes, the nightmare is over, as it were, and I am tempted to think that that was almost a max HP DL2, because I was counting somewhere into the 160s before he made that last swing.
Yeah, Highspirits finishing with an official racetime.gg time of 2:23:28. Man. And Highspirits says that he will be in here shortly for an interview, so we definitely have some questions for him. We'll ask those when he gets in. So a great race run by a veteran of this community. You could definitely see the difference in strategies and how that did pay off. This right here, again, this was just this was an endurance match for these guys. This one was just a tough one from the get-go with that minimal strength lacking the entire time until we got to 19. It's all you can do is find a place and grind, and I think the turning point is that red dragon kill for Highspirits there.
Yeah, it feels. I mean, I have to imagine that Highspirits and arnpoly both just are exhausted at the end of this, because really it just boiled down to there wasn't much to really build up with. There wasn't a whole lot of a solid foundation, and it was just a question of Highspirits really being able to find at least a little bit. That the grind in the top left part of Hawksness is really what comes to mind for me, that he was able to get just that little bit extra strength to be able to start taking down the dragons, and once he was able to do that, then it went from there. I mean, Chat was talking earlier about just how big that XP gap was. That started once those red dragons came into play. And we are joined by our first place finisher tonight, Highspirits. GG, Highspirits. Congratulations on finishing whatever you want to call that seed.
Thank you. It was a fun seed. It had a good bit of challenge to it. A little bit of frustration in the middle there, but I'd say it was a pretty solid seed.
Very, very much so. So we do have some questions that we want to get to off the jump street. Let's start at the very beginning. You chose not to do the reset when you got the keys and you opened the treasury. What was the driving force behind that?
Because I took a few steps out, dropped the fairy water I had on the Magidrakey, which kind of annoyed me because I rolled a 9. And I had to burn all my health and a heal more and all my health just to actually kill it. But I would have reset there if that didn't. And then when I looked around and didn't see a town anywhere nearby, I'm like, this is the best I'm going to get. Let's just go.
Gotcha. So the next question, when you got to Rimmildar and you finally found it, the feeling that you had, how was that when you found it was just the herb and you had no choice but to fight that red dragon?
Oh, it didn't bother me because I knew, well, by the time I got to there, I already knew that I was going to have 1 to 2 items in Charlock. So it was either the armor or the sword, or it was most likely, or, I knew it didn't bother me much because I knew I was going to be digging out Charlock for Airdrick gear anyways at that point. It was just more, let me see if I can find... well, when I found it, when I went in the direction at the end, there was only one possible spot left it could be on my world map. So, I was like, I'm just going to go check it because it has to be in this spot. I've searched everywhere else, and when I saw it, I'm like, okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah, then that was kind of the feeling was, okay, where would we not check? And I guess that was the only spot. So how about these enemy sets with lots and lots of sleep and lots of hurt all over the place early?
The sleeping knights are what annoyed me more than anything. For some reason, I couldn't run away from them, and they kept back attacking me. So they were a little irritating. Other than that, I didn't mind too much. But yeah, those knights were annoying.
Yeah, the knights had the wombo. The axe knight or the armored knights had the baby wombo, and then the axe knights all they did was throw hands.
Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. It was just it was impossible to kill stuff because we were running around with at most a broadsword with 20 some strength going into like level 10, 11 or something stupid, and it was just not able to kill anything. So that was the frustrating part of the run.
Now, the next question I have is at any point was there a decision to possibly regrind for a 4th time for the flame sword and Cantlin?
I never saw it. By the time I got to Cantlin, I was not even looking for the flame sword. I picked up the silver shield, I had magic armor, I had a broadsword. I wasn't gonna waste potentially 5 minutes for 8 attack power.
There, yeah, good call. Yeah, the first shop there in Canton had the flame sword. Arnpoly checked, but he decided to not go with it.
Plus, Cantlin was not in a fun spot. That would get to. That was the reason why I went at 18 or 19, that I didn't die or I didn't kill Dragon Lord till 19, is because when I got to 18, I had the big question mark of getting fairy water, and then I thought for a second, I have to walk all the way across the map to get to Breckenary or Cantlin, so I just went right back to grinding.
Yeah, there was some discussion in chat that the possibility was there at 18 to try and do some fairy water strats and hope for some high rolls, but the percentages just did not play out in your favor. So the amazing and great call was definitely the play for 19, and that gave you the 17 strength you needed just to make this pretty much easy for you to do.
Yeah, 19 was free. But I seriously would have went at 18 if fairy water was anywhere even remotely close to where I was. But Cantlin was through a swamp cave all the way to the right side of the map, through zones of armored knights and red dragons. And Breckenary was all the way to the far to the north, where there was zones of red dragons and armored knights everywhere. It's like, by the time I would have gotten there, I would have already, even got to the towns. I was already grinded at least half of my level.
Yeah, and there's the next question that I have. How about that lack of really grindable stuff mid-game there?
That's where I figured I probably took the biggest lead, is when I went into Hawksness and I saw the Magi Drakes, and I already had magic armor and I was going to get the silver shield before I went there. I figured that's probably where I found a better grinding spot and where I probably took the lead, because I was happy with that grind spot.
Yeah, by the time you actually took on the red dragon, you had double the experience lead over Arnpoly. And then by the time you finished, you still had double the experience lead over Arnpoly by the time you finished up the dragon one there.
Yeah, that's probably, I figured I was in a good spot at that point, so. It wasn't the best grind, but I didn't think there was going to be any. The other grind spot I had in mind was over by, what was it? Was that Rimeldar? Wherever that was. After you go through the swamp and you go up to the left, right in the hills there was the same enemy zone. So, but this one was in Hawksness and nice and easy and no mountains. So I was like, this is probably the best I was going to get.
Yeah, you had Cole right there next to that mountain
that's
that you're looking at. Mm-hmm. All right, so Arnpoly is fixing to find out the bad news about 18, and half to go to 19. We're going to see what he does right here. Looks like he's going to go heal up and possibly grind a little more. So, Karen, do you have any questions here for Highspirits that you want to get asked?
No, I think you pretty much took care of all of the ones that I had, particularly about the loveliness of the grinds and the loveliness of all the abilities that the monsters had for us today. So, now I think you pretty much took care of it. Just GG Highspirits, congratulations, and now you are 4-1 going into the later rounds of the tournament. How do you feel as far as your performance and what you think that you're going to be able to do going into later stages?
I pretty much feel exactly where I thought I would be. I have a tendency to go like 4-1, 3-1 in a Swiss round. So like I'm like, this is where I'm used to being. So I'll just do what I normally do, get into the brackets, and probably finish 7th place. I can't disrupt the flow too much.
So I guess my another question that I have is the mid game grind. You were running into blue dragons like crazy through Mountain Cave, and just getting away from like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, I had some good early game run luck. So I was shocked at that. It was later on, like at the next chunk, when I was trying to run around with money and whatnot, that I suddenly couldn't run from those enemies anymore, and that's where it was kind of annoying. It's like you gave me all my run luck early on, and now I can't get away from anything.
All right, so arnpoly is making a dive here. I'm not sure if he's going to go ahead and make the final dive here, but it's going to be an interesting piece to watch. You know, it's still kind of the same percentage chances that we did state earlier for high spirits at this level. He's going to have some really good fairy water luck.
Did he even pick up fairy water?
I don't think so.
I think just relying on Death Necklace and hoping that he has the numbers for it, which it's going to need some good numbers, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, earlier he was looking at his inventory, so I think he was checking to see how much he had and if he had room for any more to pick up.
I mean, even still, 94 defense is nothing to shake a stick at. And 88 agility, you're only going to get one more point at the next level, but you are going to get a ton of strength. I mean, hey, if this works out in his favor, it works, but you know, I think he's just trying to make this what it is here. And Tilo saying, by far biggest weakness I've seen consistently in his races is the inability to determine what are appropriate dive strats. I mean, he's very new and he's still learning a lot of this, but it'll come with time, and I think he's going to be a fantastic racer in this. And, he's going to be very dangerous against whoever he faces off against in these knockout rounds coming up here pretty soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would second that. arnpoly's definitely done very well. I mean, to reach this stage, to be, you know, coming in 3-1, and that speaks a lot to his ability. So definitely no shame at all in his performance tonight. It's just this seed was not so fun for anybody really, I guess, but just came out on the wrong end of it. Hopefully we'll be able to do a good turn against the Dragon Lord here, and then see how things go from here on out.
And Matt Girl throwing out there, he's only lost one race, and he is in the brackets, and he's not doing half bad. No, I agree, he's not doing half bad. And I can't wait to see. Like I said, he's going to be a very dangerous runner in the brackets. So I'm definitely going to be watching his races just to see where he ends up and where he's going to get to. But we have a lot of people, very talented runners, a very talented pool of runners this year for the summer tournament. So it's going to be fun to watch once these knockout rounds do start kicking off.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to it. There's going to be a lot of great runners. There's a lot of great runners in this field, period. I mean, I was looking at some of the matches coming up tomorrow, and as we go further into these 2 weeks of the final week of seeds, and it's amazing the runners we have at the top, and it's amazing the runners that we have even in 1 and 3 and 2 and 2 right now. It's obscene how good people are in every stretch of this tournament. It's been really amazing to watch.
Yeah, and speaking to that, next week we do have a lot of play-in races and last chance races going to be happening for our 1 and 3 and 2 and 2 runners, or 1 and 4 and 2 and 3 runners. So it's going to be interesting to see how those races play out, because it's going to be determining a lot of those folks who are 4-1, 5-0, and going to be 3-2, who they're going to be seeded against for some of those kind of races. So I am definitely looking forward to seeing all these last chance and buy-in races, just to see who comes out of it.
Alright, meanwhile, arnpoly is going to go ahead and take on the Dragon Lord. Took down DL1 quickly enough, and is going to toss that fairy water at DL2. So starting out with 10, gets a physical attack from the Dragon Lord, so gets the chance to toss that second one out. Gets 15 on the second one, so much better roll there, and it is essentially off to the races.
Yeah, depending on how his roll luck comes out here, it's one of those that he is going to have to hope for some good numbers here, but I think he's got a good chance here taking this down. He's getting 9s and 11s, so we're not looking terrible on the numbers, but again, it's all going to be if he can get a few more shots like he did that opener there.
As it stands right now, he is at 54 if my count is correct. And that'll make it 60. That was a low roll there, so it was unfortunate on that one.
Yeah, but again, he's gotten some pretty high rolls here, so another 10 to throw it up to 70. A little bit of rough roll luck there. Hopefully we can decent shots here. We're looking pretty good. He's got enough Gilmores in the tank to be able to keep this pace up. The Dragon Lord's not being nice. He gave him the he gave him the first a couple of physical attacks, but he's been all breath this last little bit. Gave him a physical there, but still is just not wanting to play nice with him. I'm thinking if this roll-up keeps up, it's going to come down to the final little bit here. So we're going to have to hope that he has every little bit of luck left in these last few shots.
Yeah, he's at 140 going into this hit, so that's 152, I think. So he's going to be right on the edge.
All we got to do is just kind of keep in here. We have another 7, so we're just about there. All down to these last 2 hits. I think he's got it right there. And break out the GGs in the chat. He's going to finish this one off. Taking this one down like a trooper, man. That is amazing. And, that shows the perseverance of just what he can do here. So he's going to finish this one off, and we're going to get an official racetime.gg time here in just a moment. Alrighty, arnpoly does have that official race time. 2 hours, 42 minutes, and 22 seconds to finish second in this race that we have themed this season. Hopefully we can get him in here for an interview.
And while we are on that, let's go ahead and have ourselves a gander at what's coming up tomorrow night. We've got some really great races going on. At 9 p.m. Eastern, we have Tilo Tilo versus Guelph 35. 9:30, we have Kigalus versus Beluvi. And at 10 p.m. Eastern, we have JJ Schmidt versus some guy named Edge. I don't know. Who is that talking about?
Yeah, it's that guy. Those first 2 races, they have implications of one of each of those racers actually getting into the brackets, while the other one's going to have to play a buy-in race. And of course, the other race between myself and JJ Schmidt is going to be kind of just another 3-1 going to 4-1, and another breaking down to 3-2. So those all 3 are going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see the other 2 races, though. Those 2 are going to be super fun to see who comes out on top and who's going to have to play that buy-in race. And joining us in the booth, arnpoly. Congratulations, GG, on a well-fought, very, very tough seed, man. How are you feeling right now?
Thou art muted, by the way.
There, that's better. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it? I don't know. I felt like I played pretty well. I made a couple kind of, at least in my mind, the first. I mean, I felt like I was behind in experience pretty much the whole time. I got a decent jump at the beginning, and then I kind of stalled out like at level 9, level 10, level 11. And just kind of exploring the map. I thought I did pretty good in finding everything, fairly quickly, but I stalled out in experience, and I feel like that's kind of where things kind of fell apart. The mid-game grind in this was really bad, I thought, and it was pretty late when I found out that actually Hawksness was really pretty good for that mid-level grind. Just a little too late, at least to me. That's what it felt like. I don't know. I didn't watch the race, so what do you guys think?
So you're not wrong. You did jump out to the experience lead at the very beginning. You had a very good piece. You went on the exploration just a little early, for I guess chat's taste anyway. But the mid-game grind was very rough for both of you. Highspirits did find that Hawksness grind in there was the play for the mid-game grind, and he did it a little earlier than you did. He dove for the Airdrix pieces a little earlier than you did, and then came back up and finished his grind there in Hawksness on those red dragons. Yeah, I mean, that one kind of is what it is. The big piece is, instead of doing the reset, you kept the key and just grind out a couple of levels and tried to grind up some money. But you found the blue dragons a little early, and the gold that you did have had to be rebuilt.
Yeah, I sort of remember that. I don't think that was too major of a bad decision or anything. I think it was just kind of bad luck. I did grind twice. Because the armor was pretty close and the grind was pretty easy to get to. And then Silver Shield wasn't too far away. I didn't bother with, I did find a flame sword out in Rimeldar, but that was way too far out there. I didn't feel like it was really worth risking going all the way out there for that. So, just kind of stuck with it at home.
No, I mean, it wasn't a bad call. The flame sword was pretty far. It was the only one that was in Rimeldar. Neither of you went for that though. And both of you honestly had a fairly easy dive into Charlock to pick up the armor and the sword, and then coming back out and just grinding on those red dragons in there. So you guys did have a pretty similar run. Just Highspirits just happened to get the mid-game grind finally in a good spot a little earlier than you did.
Yeah, like I said, I don't feel like I made too many mistakes. The ones I did, I don't think were 20 minutes worth of mistakes, which means, at least to me, if I played perfectly, I don't think I would have won. I think Highspirits, you really nailed this one for what it was. So, yeah, congrats to you. That was a very very hard-fought win. I think you did extremely well, and I'm going to look forward to watching this one back to kind of see what the differences were.
Well, GG and thanks. You should have seen what level 19 was, by the way.
Level 19 had 17 more strength for you, and more HP, so you would have definitely been ready at that point. But you did make the dive on 18, and you managed to pull through with it, so GG's on that one.
Okay, so you leveled to 19 then. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I leveled to mostly to 19 and then got the rest on the way down because blue dragons were just spamming stop spells, so it was just free experience on the way down.
Yeah, when I saw you had finished, I think I was at 16, and I was hopeful that 17 was the go level, but that didn't work out. And then I figured, well, 18 is certainly it, and then it was just borderline. I think I had 16 swings and 16 heal mores or something like that. So I knew I'd have it with the death necklace and everything, but it was slow. But might have been, I think it may be faster going down at 18 versus grinding for 19 and having a slightly faster, easier fight. I don't know. 18 seemed right to me, and that's what I went. I was going to give it one go, and if I failed, I was going to forfeit the match. No point in trying to grind another level at that point, since I already knew I was behind so much and lost already. So.
Well, I very much appreciate for you sticking that one out and finishing out. You guys made this a great race, and it's going to be a fun one to go back and watch, you guys. There was a lot of discussions in chat about the different strategies, and a lot of different discussions on where to try to find that mid game grind. Like I said, Highspirits did finally find it. There was 2 different possibles. Hawksness ended up being the better of the 2. The other one was over there by Cole. There was a little mountain range there that would give them the same enemy group that was in Hawksness. So it wasn't terrible, but like I said, it's definitely one for you guys to watch back and kind of see anything. Karen, do you have any last thoughts for our guys here?
No, I just wanted to reiterate, GG, congratulations on finishing what, in some senses, was quite literally a slog, since y'all had all that lovely swamp around you on both sides. And I look forward to seeing what y'all do, because you guys are both in brackets coming up, so I look forward to seeing how that goes for you. And congratulations, have a good night, sleep well, y'all have definitely earned it.
Thanks very much.
Yep.
And then
thanks everyone for volunteering, and GG, and thanks arnpoly. Good luck in the brackets.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, thanks to the crew as well. You guys are real troopers, staying up late with us, so I appreciate that very much.
Alrighty, so with that being said, give our runners a follow. These guys put on a heck of a race for you guys. Without them, then we're just sitting here yakking. So for my commentation partner, Karen, my restreaming partner, Kaiman Renikai, and the wonderful button-pushing, toggle-switching tracker, SH Mike, we bid you good evening and thank you for sticking around for this one. Have a pleasant evening and good night, guys.
Y'all have a good night.